Who is Darren Watkins Jr.? To the millions of fans who scream his name in the streets of Tokyo, Rio, and Lagos, a cultural ambassador and perhaps the most electric entertainer of the digital age. In early 2026, the world watched in awe as a 21-year-old kid from Ohio stood in the heart of Nigeria, celebrating his 21st birthday by hitting a monumental 50 million subscribers on YouTube. But the road to 50 million wasn't paved with immediate success. It was built on a foundation of raw energy, controversial outbursts, and a relentless pursuit of greatness that often teetered on the edge of chaos. Today, we dive into the complete story of IShowSpeed. We aren't just looking at the viral clips of him barking at a computer screen or jumping over speeding luxury cars. We are looking at the evolution of a young man who transformed from a quiet student in Cincinnati into a global icon who bridges the gap between internet, subcultures, and mainstream celebrity. This is the story of how a gaming-obsessed teenager rewrote the rules of fame, one sui at a time. Before the private jets and the meetings with Cristiano Ronaldo, Darren Watkins Jr. was just another kid growing up in Cincinnati, Ohio, born on January 21, 2005. Darren's early life was far from glamorous, raised primarily by his mother, Tiffany, following his parents' divorce. He spent his childhood navigating the realities of a modest upbringing. His father, Darren Watkins Sr., would later become a recurring character in his digital life as Daddy Speed. But in those early years, Darren was just a student trying to find his place. He attended Cincinnati College Preparatory Academy and later Purcell Marian High School. But traditional academics were never his true passion, even as a young child. Darren was fascinated by the power of the internet. He registered his YouTube channel in 2016 at just 11 years old. Back then, there were no screaming fans, just a kid in his bedroom playing NBA 2K and Fortnite to a viewership of 0. For years, his channel stayed dormant, a digital graveyard of ignored gameplay clips. But within that silence, Darren was developing the high-octane personality that would eventually ignite the internet. He was learning how to perform, how to react, and how to turn a simple video game into a theatrical experience. The year 2021 was the spark that lit the fuse. As the world emerged from the pandemic, Darren, now officially IShowSpeed, began to gain traction. It started with TikTok. Fans began clipping his most intense moments, the barking, the desks slamming, and the genuine, unfiltered rage that occurred when he lost a game. By April 2021, he hit 100,000 subscribers. Just 2 months later, he hit 1 million. This was an unprecedented rate of growth that caught even the biggest names in the industry off guard, perhaps the most iconic moment of this era was his rivalry with Talking Ben. What started as a simple mobile app interaction turned into a legendary internet meme. Speed would ask the digital dog profound, often controversial questions about social movements or personal beliefs, only for Ben to respond with a simple no or a laugh. This bizarre, improvised comedy reached a fever pitch, making Talking Ben the top-selling game on the App Store over a decade after its release. However, This fame came with a dark side. His volatile behavior led to permanent bans from Twitch and games like Valorant, forcing him to make YouTube his permanent home. It was a sink-or-swim moment that could have ended his career, but instead, it solidified his legendary outlaw status as 2022 rolled in. Speed pivoted his content toward soccer, fueled by an almost religious devotion to Cristiano Ronaldo. This shift transformed him from a US gamer into a global personality. He released the hit single World Cup under Warner Records, which charted internationally and became the unofficial anthem for millions of fans during the Qatar tournament. His journey to finally meet Ronaldo became a multi-year saga that captivated the world. When the meeting finally happened in 2023, it wasn't just a fan meeting an idol. It was two titans of their respective industries colliding. This era also saw Speed becoming a staple in mainstream entertainment. From his chaotic appearance at WWE's WrestleMania XL, where he was RKO'd by Randy Orton while dressed as a prime bottle, to his viral slide tackle on Kaka during a charity match, Speed proved he could play with the professionals. He wasn't just a guy behind a camera anymore. He was an athlete, a musician, and a daredevil. He began his legendary IRL tours, traveling through Southeast Asia and Europe, reaching a record-breaking 1 million concurrent viewers during his stream in Indonesia. He was no longer just an American streamer. He was a guest of honor for presidents and kings. The narrative reaches its peak in late 2025 and early 2026. After conquering Europe and Asia, Speed turned his sights toward Africa. On December 29, 2025, he kicked off the Speed Does Africa Tour, a 28-day journey across 20 countries. This wasn't just a vacation. It was a life-changing expedition. He raced a cheetah in South Africa, participated in traditional Maasai jumping dances in Kenya, where he was honored with the title Nyangulo, and visited the Great Pyramids of Giza. The tour culminated on January 21, 2026, in Lagos, Nigeria. On his 21st birthday, surrounded by a security convoy and thousands of sprinting fans, Speed watched his live subscriber counter hit 50 million. It was a moment of pure, unadulterated triumph. He had transformed from the violent gamer into a cultural ambassador, helping to break stereotypes about the African continent while discovering his own West African ancestry through a DNA test. In this moment, the man had finally caught up to the legend. As we look back at the whirlwind life of Darren Watkins Jr., it's easy to focus on the controversies, the bans, the IShowSpeed incident, and the dangerous stunts. But to do so would be to miss the forest for the trees. Speed's legacy is one of pure, unfiltered authenticity. In an age of highly produced, sanitized influencers, Speed remained raw. He showed his failures, his tears, and his unfiltered joy. He proved that a kid with a basic setup and an iron will could become a multi-millionaire by the age of 16 and a global icon by 21. As of early 2026, with a net worth estimated at $40 million and the title of Rolling Stone's most influential creator, Speed has nothing left to prove. He has built a digital empire that spans continents and generations. Whether you love him or find him chaotic, you cannot deny that IShowSpeed is the pulse of the modern internet.